Everything you need to know about the 2022 KTM 1290 Super Duke R EVO. The naked beast from KTM evolves with semi-active WP apex suspension and an even sharper quick-turn throttle. KTM has a wicked reputation for making mad and sinister machines. The level of performance they manage to squeeze into even their entry-level offerings like the KTM 390 Duke is unbelievable. So, you can probably imagine the level of madness that its heavyweight naked offerings have to offer. The 2022 KTM 1290 Super Duke R EVO shows just that and adds even more to the mental package. The only downside in this KTM was the lack of adjustable suspension, which has now gracefully been added. The evolved version of the Super Duke R gets semi-active suspension and a more aggressive throttle, along with a slew of standard and optional technology features. Aggression runs on the surface as well, and this KTM gets 2 new colorways for 2022. There are no changes to the engine department, and it continues to pack the ferocious LC8V twin motor that sounds equally menacing. The 2022 Super Duke R EVO catches up on the lost ground and stands a better chance against the likes of Kawasaki ZH2 SE, Aprilia Tuono V4 1100 Factory, and the bold new Ducati Streetfighter V4 SP. Not bad for a motorcycle maker that started off as a metal workshop. The naked beast from KTM evolves with semi-active WP apex suspension and an even sharper quick-turn throttle. Evolution for 2022 is in the suspension. The KTM 1290 Super Duke R is already a mad machine, and somehow the Orange Army has managed to dial things even further. And for 2022, the 1290 Super Duke R EVO evolves into, ironically, a more tameable and mature machine. And this is mainly because of the sophisticated semi-active suspension setup that it adds. The WP Apex gets 3 standard semi-active damping modes: Comfort, Street, and Sport to get the most out of its handling. 2022 KTM 1290 Super Duke R EVO electronically adjustable rear monoshock close-up view via Motorcycle.com. The rear shock spring preload is electronically adjustable and can be adjusted over a range of 20 to 2 mm via the digital instrument cluster. So stiffening or softening the ride just takes a few touches now. KTM also offers the Suspension Pro package as an option, which adds 3 more modes: Track, Advanced, and Auto. This isn't for the faint-hearted and is best utilized on a track. This also comes with automatic spring preload adjustments for the rear in 3 settings: High, Standard, and Low. The setting fiddles with the seat height and rake angle for adaptive driving dynamics around the track. Along with the intense suspension setup, the EVO also gets a rather subtle update in the form of a new 65-degree quick-turn throttle. This reduces the throttle throw by 7 degrees as compared to the non-EVO model. The Orange Monster is still powered by the 180 HP LC8V twin. This Orange Monster doesn't get any powertrain updates, and we are glad. You see, the 1031cc LC8V twin motor is one of the fiercest in the category. It was already too much in the first place. It continues to churn out 180 HP and 103 lb featuring of torque. KTM had tweaked on the steel trellis frame and composite subframe for 2021, and it continues unchanged for 2022 as well. It continues to help riders brave forces of nature with rain, street, and performance ride modes. The anti-wheelie mitigation system comes in handy to keep this beast at bay. But ironically, the shorter throttle throw warms up this KTM's hooliganism. And if you feel that the grunt isn't enough on the tracks, then KTM also offers an Akrapovic Evolution Line full-system exhaust system for a meatier tone and weight savings. Technology is what keeps the 1290 Super Duke R EVO sane. Technology should be a liberating touch when it comes to machines. But in this case, it keeps this Orange Monster in an accessible cage. KTM has given it an overall software update that makes the relationship between the hooliganistic engine and safety systems less intrusive. Along with the ride modes, it also packs varying traction control settings, anti-wheelie function, and the famed Supermoto apps. It even comes with standard cruise control and a transponder key for true keyless functionality. It also packs optional motor slip regulation, MSR, which works when you close the throttle to provide aid in avoiding unwanted rear wheel lockups in extreme conditions. Yes, this KTM is that wild to have two distinctive modes to deal with traction loss. KTM also packs in an optional performance pack that adds adjustable electronic engine braking and a quickshifter. And all of this is controlled and monitored via the crisp and informative 7-inch TFT instrument cluster. 1290 Super Duke R EVO still looks scary, gets two new colors. The 2022 KTM 1290 Super Duke R EVO looks as scary as ever. Its minimal bodywork still puts forth a sinister vibe with those sharp edges and muscular contours. KTM has introduced two new dual shades for 2022, a MotoGP-inspired